this is a really fun type of topic for me, because every time I do a talk for groups, I always bring up something called the F-bomb. Everyone's like, okay, what are you talking about, these F-bombs? When we shoot out these things coming out of our mouth, we're all thinking of the F word. That's not what I'm talking about today. Today, I am talking about those F-bombs like fear, failure, and fine. And I am not talking about that man or that woman that's really fine. I'm talking about the resigned reaction that we have when somebody asks us, you know, I thought you really wanted that car or that house, or to meet that new friend, or, you know, speak to that cute guy, or start your business, or lose weight, or all those, you know, other types of things. And then we turn around and we say to everybody, no, you know, I'm okay, I'm fine. I've had the fine syndrome for a long time about many different things in my life. And when I agreed to have an agreement with myself that I would no longer answer fine to anything I knew I really wanted, things really changed for me. Those fines are words that we speak that come out of our mouth, and what we don't realize is that these words are defining who we are. When we talk about things like the law of attraction, we talk about energy and all these things like whatever you say shall be. All of that is really true. How often, you know, in your life right now, in the area of things that you want, that you're saying fine to, are still the same? Right now, envision something you really want. And for many of you, it's just come really, really quickly. Now, what was one of the first things you said to yourself the first time somebody, or the last time someone asked you, do you want it? Chances are you either said it was fine, you're fine with how things are. You either went back into your past and, you know, you realized you've failed in the past, or fear crept up. And these words, fine, failure, and fear, are what are at the tip of our tongue, and they're the quickest things to come out. How many times are you dreaming, you know, all these dreams and all these ideas? Like, I mean, all day long we have negative thoughts, but all day long we have a lot of positive thoughts too. We see something and it inspires us. We have this idea, you know, you get around with my girls and I, when we're getting together and we have all these ideas, like we're having these bug-eye moments. We're just so thrilled and so excited about these ideas. And then for many people, I'm not saying for us right now, but for many people, what happens is those ideas just end up in, you know, the fine graveyard. And they don't belong there. They belong out in the real world. When my team and I get together, it's like, oh, it's like, oh my God, this is just so exciting. Whether you believe it or not, you are defining what's going to happen tomorrow. You get to, you know, make a choice. Am I going to use the F-bombs every single time an opportunity comes up? Or am I going to create a new vocabulary of F words? And for me, some of the great F words are fabulous. Like, I'm just feeling fabulous. If somebody says to you, how are you doing today? Don't turn around and say to them, I'm fine. Say to them, I'm fabulous, if that's exactly how you feel and that's the truth. Our tongue has the power to speak defeat or to create. And I'm asking you today to really make a list. And I'm all about lists. And lists just give you the opportunity to get really clear for yourself. See it like a movie right in front of you. All the things that you're putting on the back burner. All the things that you're afraid to do. The things that you're resigned about or that you think is impossible. All those opportunities cannot get lost just because you have it, that you're afraid of it. You're not in life to have fear win. Fear doesn't get the chance to win. The only time it has the opportunity to win is if you allow it to. I definitely am that person that has allowed my fears over and over and over to stop me at times. And most recently, it tried to do it again. I have it like fear is this thing. It's like this real, living, tangible thing that, you know, comes in like the big, black, dark monster and just dominates me. Then I have this army of light to come in, these army of my tribe of people that remind me, no, Audrey, you have nothing to be afraid about. You're not allowed to be afraid because you're so powerful and so strong. And so many of my friends, when they're coming to me or any of my clients, they have this fear conversation with me. When we get down to the bottom of it, we just realize that all that fear was made up. If you're standing in front of a train and that train is going to hit you, yes, of course, fear is going to take over and you want to get out of the way. If you're walking or you're at the edge of a cliff and you're at the edge and you look down and it's just like a very, very long ride down, you're going to be afraid. But failing, and through that failure has caused these fears that you just can't get back up and do it again, that's all not the truth. It's all a lie. And at the end of the day, you're actually creating it with the words that you say. Take today to be the day that you give up your F-bombs. It's like, I'm going to declare it. Now, I'm not saying every day is going to be perfect. What I am going to say is that you get to practice. So every day you have the opportunity to practice to use less fear, less failure, and less fine to dominate you. And you really want to bring in the F words that are going to empower you and inspire you and have you go after your dreams and have you live that most, precious and beautiful life. Because right now there are so many people in the last month that I know, are faced with life and death situations. They have every reason to be afraid, but we don't. Everyone else doesn't have the right to be afraid when it's a situation from failure from your past. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad about yourself. I want you to actually consider that you have the choice to allow those fine words, fear words, and failure words, those F-bombs, to take control of you. And you can choose that they don't. Everyone, thank you. I love you. And thank you to everyone that's really joined me. Everyone, God bless you. I love you. Bye-bye.